Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. That's right. I said it out loud. Fire Your MD Now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a licensed naturopathic physician and proud of it. I have 23 years of clinical experience helping people to get so healthy they can stop taking all prescription medicine. And as God is my witness, what I have witnessed over the last 2 decades, what passes for medical care in the United States is an abomination. If you knew what I know about what your MD does, you would run away from them as quickly as possible. Every culture has myths that are embedded deeply into the fabric of that culture. Years ago, everybody was absolutely positively convinced that the earth was flat and everybody was wrong. After that, everybody was convinced that women weren't smart enough to vote and everybody was wrong. Well, there are 2 myths that we're suffering from now, and it's killing us. They are killing us. Myth number 1 is that the MD is the undisputed king of medicine and everybody else is a back-of-the-bus quack. It's just not so. Myth number 2, healing is complicated. It's not. Healing is easy. Surgery is complicated. If you want to try to pull a bullet out of somebody's arm or remove an infected kidney or suture up a lacerated blood vessel, well, you better have medical training. But in order to help yourself recover from type 2 diabetes, from arthritis, from osteoporosis, from migraine headaches, from fibromyalgia, from anxiety and panic attacks, from insomnia, from any condition that you bring your body to the MD for, going to the MD is a fool's errand, and healing is easy. Your body knows how to fix itself. Your body wants to fix itself. But your MD is only trained in drugs and surgery. That's it. Medical doctors shouldn't even be called medical doctors. They should be called drug doctors or allopathic doctors or pharmaceutical doctors, because they don't own medicine. They're trained in one aspect of medicine only. It's reductionistic pharmaceutical centrist medicine. And reductionistic pharmaceutical centrist medicine is really good for certain things, like trauma. You know, you break a leg skiing, or you're in Southside Chicago and somebody shoots you, or you have a 3rd-degree burn, or you get a nasty infection that botanical medicine and vitamins doesn't fix. That's what the MDs are really good for. But for everything else, their therapeutics are horrible. Now, if you stick with me over the next few weeks and over the next few months and over the next few years, every day, Monday through Friday, from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock Central, that's 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock Pacific Time, and 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time, I'm going to be rolling back, pulling back the curtain on the medical industry in the United States, sharing information with you that will make you cry, sharing information with you that will make you tremble in your boots, because when it comes to health, when it comes to medical care, what you don't know will heal you or will kill you. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, as God is my witness, what you don't know about what your MD does will blow your mind. Will absolutely blow your mind. So we're going to divide this program up into 2 segments. The first segment is called the problem. The second segment is called the solution. In the first segment of every show, we're going to be looking at things that are going wrong with our health in the United States, current events. And then in the second half, we're going to be talking about solutions, things that you can do with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition solutions for things like arthritis and type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. Because we are suffering in this country, we are dropping like flies for no reason other than we have bet on the wrong horse. We've taken the wrong dog for the hunt. Your MD for the last 100 years in the United States has gone out of their way, MDs have gone out of their way to convince you that they are the bee's knees, they are the alpha and the omega of everything medical. And it's just not so. As a matter of fact, go to fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com. And take a look at a statistical piece of literature that was just written. It's a 25-page document called Death by Medicine. Death by Medicine. You can download the entire thing for free at fireyourmdnow.com, and it will blow your mind. In a research, this research uncovers the startling fact that MD-directed pharmaceutical medicine is currently the leading cause of death in the United States. The leading cause of death. MD-directed therapeutics are the leading cause of death to the tune of approximately 780,000 people a year. 783,000 people a year walk through death's door because they went to an MD for their health care. And by the way, MDs don't practice health care. They practice disease management. 780,000 people. You know how many people die from heart disease? About 699,000. You know how many people die from cancer? 550,000. You know what this means? This means that your MD is more deadly than cancer. Let me say it one more time. Your MD is more deadly than cancer. The reason that we have a health care crisis in the United States, the reason that our health is going you-know-where in a handbasket, the reason that we're running through death's door at an alarming rate, the reason that heart disease rates have remained unchanged over the last 100 years, the reason that cancer treatment is ineffective. Cancer is still the third leading cause of death. Heart disease is still the second leading cause of death, both of which are eclipsed by, guess what? You guessed it, your MD. Why is this happening? The same reason why obesity is skyrocketing. It's the same reason why autism is skyrocketing. It's the same reason why asthma and kidney transplants are skyrocketing. It's the same reason why arthritis and osteoporosis are skyrocketing. It's the same reason why our health is declining. This generation, the generation that's being born right now, has been predicted by the Department of Health and Human Services to be the shortest-lived generation in 200 years. The leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States is health care costs. We're dropping like flies in this country, ladies and gentlemen, for one reason and one reason only. We're going to the MD for medical treatment. Let me say that one more time. The reason that we're dropping like flies and having such ridiculous health care outcomes is because we're going to MDs for treatment. MD-directed medical care for chronic illness does not work. The reason that bankruptcy is the leading, the reason that health care costs are the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, is it because of pharmaceutical profiteering? A little bit. Is it because of an out-of-control for-profit medical industry? A little bit. Is it because of a for-profit medical insurance industry? A little bit. But the main reason that medical bills are the leading cause of bankruptcy, the main reason that medical care in the United States costs so much, the main reason that we're losing the middle class, because employers cannot afford to pay a living wage and health care costs. Why? Because health care costs are so high. Why are health care costs so high? Is it because of all the reasons I just said? No. You know, all of those things have a little bit of impact in the overall cost of health care dollars. But the main reason that we pay through the nose in this country for medical care, the reason that it's so expensive is because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Medical doctors, bless their hearts, shouldn't be called, medical doctors don't practice health care. They practice disease management. There is a gigantic difference between health care and disease management. The reason that we're dropping like flies is because MDs being trained in a reductionistic, pharmaceutical-centrist medical method don't know how to cure things. Medical doctors can't even cure heartburn, for goodness sake, but they can manage it with a little purple pill. They can't cure arthritis, but they can manage it with OxyContin and oxycodone until you get so addicted to the drug that you can't see straight, and then when the joint gets so bad, they're going to yank it out and give you a new titanium knee. And then 6 months later, when that knee fails, are they going to give you a refund and a replacement for free? Heck no. They're going to stick in another knee. They're going to drill another hole down into the femur in your leg, and they're going to stick another titanium rod in there, and then a couple years later, that's going to fail too. One of the leading lawsuits now, class action lawsuits, is against the titanium hips that were first put into people's body 5 years ago and 10 years ago. There are currently 50 class action lawsuits against pharmaceutical medicines that the FDA approved that turned out to kill people. What are we doing here in the United States, ladies and gentlemen? We are running through death's door for one reason and one reason only. We have bet on the wrong horse. We've taken the wrong dog for the hunt. We didn't even know there was another dog. And the MDs, for the last 100 years, have gone out of their way telling you, your friends, your family, your neighbors, that I'm a quack, and that everybody besides them practices quack medicine. Well, guess what? It's exactly the opposite. And stick with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you the way back to health. I'm going to pull back the curtain on how medicine's practiced in the United States, because as God is my witness, the only people practicing quack medicine have MD after their name. Stick around. Do not even think of touching that dial. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. And we are back. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Now, in the next segment, ladies and gentlemen, not this segment, but the next segment, we're going to take phone calls, and I'm going to be answering your health questions. I'm going to give you insight on what you can do right now to help yourself recover your health, regain your health, get it back with science-based, clinically verified, non-drug solutions to healthcare problems. Now look, I can prescribe drugs. I'm a licensed naturopathic physician. I can prescribe drugs in, I think, 10 or 12 states in the United States, maybe 16 now. There's nothing wrong with drugs. Drugs are like guns. Nothing wrong with a gun. It's how it's used. The way that MDs use drugs, it's the leading cause of death in the United States. Snap out of it. MD-directed treatments are the leading cause of death in the United States. And when the government even thinks about messing with health care, everybody's up in arms. Oh, no, doctor, please don't take away my access. Please don't take away my access to that rat poison Coumadin. Please don't take away my access to the chemotherapy that's 97% ineffective. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, I am swinging from the hip. If you knew what I know about medicine, the last person you would go to with a health care problem, unless you're bleeding to death, is an MD. As it turns out, there are medical myths everywhere. Cultural myths abound. There are hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of myths when it comes to medicine and pharmaceutical medicine and the stuff that MDs do. And we're going to be talking about that a lot on this program. But there's just as many, well, not just as many. There are also a few myths in the wonderful world of holistic medicine. Now, if you want to call us with a healthcare problem, here's the number to dial in, and this is in the next segment. So jot this down and tattoo it to your forehead backwards so you can see it in the rearview mirror. 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. Call us with any healthcare question, and I'll give you my wonderful wisdom based on 20 years of clinical insight, okay? 866-582-9933. That's in the next segment. Now, let's talk about medical nutrition because, like I said, what you don't know when it comes to health will heal you or kill you. Let's look at calcium. Calcium is one of the 91 essential nutrients that your body needs to keep healthy. It is an extremely important nutrient. There are over 278 illnesses caused by not enough calcium. 278. Things like ringing in the ears, vertigo, high blood pressure, chronic low back pain, really bad menstrual cramps, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, restless legs at night in bed, anxiety and panic attacks, and an inability to fall asleep. All of these illnesses have their roots in undiagnosed, untaken care of calcium and magnesium deficiencies. Calcium is a gigantic nutritional, your body has gigantic needs for calcium. Now, let's say you have high blood pressure, and you're listening to this show, and you think, ooh, well, Dr. Glidden says high blood pressure is a calcium deficiency, so I'm going to run out and get me some calcium. So you run down to the health food store. They've got 100 different types of calcium, right? One's for $15 a bottle, the other one's $115. And the clerk with the nose ring and the tattoos doesn't know which one to tell you to take, and neither do you. So what are you going to do? You're going to get the one in the middle. It's $35 a bottle. It says 500 milligrams of calcium carbonate per capsule. Well, you've read on the internet you need 1,500 milligrams a day. So what do? You take 3 of those capsules. 3 of those capsules at 500 milligrams of calcium carbonate each, thinking that you have just beat Dr. Doom, right? Well, not so easy. Because as it turns out, in one 500 milligram capsule of calcium carbonate, there's approximately 200 milligrams of calcium and 300 milligrams of carbonate. 200 milligrams of calcium, not 500. And calcium carbonate, if you're lucky, is 15% absorbable by the body, which means in one 500 milligram cap of calcium carbonate, you're lucky if you pull 30 milligrams of calcium out of that, which means in order to meet your requirement of 1,500 milligrams a day, you're going to need to take 50 capsules a day. 50! There's only 60 in the bottle. This is why last year we spent $70 billion on nutritional supplements and everybody's still sick. If you're going to lay down hard-earned, cold, hard cash on vitamin and nutritional supplements, you better know what you're doing. You better get the best. And ladies and gentlemen, I have all of that dialed right in. Call us up, 866-582-9933. I'm taking your calls. Now, you can call us up with a health question, and I will do my very best to take care of you. 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. And while we're waiting for the phones to ring, this is my very first show on this network, ladies and gentlemen. I've been filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach for the last 3 years on his infamous Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio show. And I'd just like to say a little bit about that. I've been doing clinical work, naturopathic medical clinical work for 23 years. And anybody who's a naturopathic physician practicing holistic medicine in a licensed fashion will get results, because holistic medicine produces nice results most of the time. And you know, for 20 years I got really good results. And for the last 3 years I've aligned myself with Dr. Wallach. Dr. Wallach has become my professional mentor. I've learned Dr. Wallach's therapeutics. I've studied Dr. Wallach's research. I've used Dr. Wallach's health recovery protocols. And since I've been following Dr. Wallach's advice, I don't even know what planet I'm on anymore, because the things that I've seen people recover from have blown my mind. Dr. Wallach's therapeutics eclipse the therapeutics of anybody else that I've ever seen or any other therapeutics that I've used. And I've used a lot. You know, I grew up with all of the superstars in holistic medicine. I went to school with half of them. I was one of the first naturopathic physicians in the country to do bioidentical hormones. I was one of the first naturopathic physicians in the country to do heavy metal chelation. I was one of the first naturopathic physicians in the country to do narrow reference range, fractionated nutritional, compounded pharmacy blood work. I've done a lot of things over the years, and I've used a lot of different nutritional supplements. I've used supplements from companies that only sell to physicians. 90% of the stuff that I've used clinically, you can't even get over the counter. They only sell it to doctors. And even with high-quality nutritional supplements like that, even with access to the best of the best, Dr. Wallach's therapeutics kick everybody else's out of the pool. Dr. Wallach's nutritional supplements, his family of nutritional supplements called Youngevity, FDI Youngevity, family of nutritional supplements, are the most effective nutritional supplements I've ever seen, and I've seen everything. And, you know, it's not really, this isn't really rocket science, folks. There's a reason why some people are better at what they do than other people are, right? And every industry has superstars. Albert Einstein, Da Vinci, the Beatles, right? Michael Jordan, you know, every industry has superstars. Well, people that stand out hands above everybody else. Well, in the wonderful world of holistic health, in the wonderful world of licensed holistic medicine, in the naturopathic holistic medical community, nobody comes close to Dr. Wallach. Because Dr. Wallach, from 1970 to 82, was in charge of $25 million of federally funded research. They did $25 million of federally funded research. They did 26,000 autopsies, 10 million blood chemistries. And when you do that much research, and then marry that with clinical work practiced by a licensed naturopathic physician, that's why Dr. Wallach's therapeutics excel. Nobody has done the amount of boots on the ground, heavy lifting that he's done. Nobody has even come close to it. And, you know, when it comes to vitamins and nutritional supplements, the recipe is everything. The recipe is everything, right? It's just like chicken soup. My grandmother's chicken soup kicked butt, and it was 100 times better than the chicken soup I got in the can at the supermarket. Well, what's the difference? Well, the recipe's the difference. You know, if you're going to go to the health food store and buy that bottle of calcium, you're going to have to take 50 capsules of in order to make it work, but you only take 3. Guess what? It's not going to work. Now, I'm not advocating you take 50 capsules of anything. But as by way of comparison, Dr. Wallach's liquid calcium, it's called OsteoFX Plus, is 97% absorbable. Or what's better, 97% absorbability or 15% absorbability? Wait a minute, let me do the math. Well, yeah, it's 97% better. So look, if you want to pay hard-earned money to recover your health by taking a chance with stuff you can get at the health food store, go right ahead. It's a free country. If you want to visit your local MD and get a drug to manage the problem, go right ahead. But if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're looking for science-based, clinically verified alternatives to ridiculous drug therapeutics that actually work, alternatives that actually produce results, you have come to exactly the right place. Give us a call, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. We're going to answer all your questions, and we have with us Adam, who's on the line wanting to know something about eczema. How's it going, Adam? Thanks for calling.
It's good. Thanks for taking my call. I have a reoccurring eczema, and my doctor just gives me creams that don't seem to really cure it. Is there a cure for eczema that maybe they're not telling me about?
Well, here's the deal. We're not able to say the cure word because according to the FDA, and I'm going to do a whole segment about this next week, according to the FDA, the only thing that can cure anything are drugs. So if I had 1,000 patients who had type 2 diabetes or eczema or high blood pressure or osteoporosis or osteoarthritis, a definitive diagnosis, they came to see me, changed their diet, got on board with my nutritional supplements, and their type 2 diabetes went away, the eczema went away, the osteoporosis went away, the osteoarthritis went away. Even if I had 1,000 patients, I still couldn't say I cured it. And this is one of the ways that the MDs have monopolized the medical theater in the United States. They've kind of drilled this notion into our heads that the only thing that can cure anything are drugs. So I can't say I can cure eczema, but I tell you what, I can make the symptoms go away 100%. Because most of the time, eczema is a combination of two things. It's an allergic reaction to a food. In 99 times out of 100, the food that is aggravating your skin is wheat. So we recommend for anybody that's dealing with eczema, 100% avoidance of the following foods. You're going to want to write these down, Adam. Here we go. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats. That's right, oatmeal. The naturopathic doctor is telling you not to eat oatmeal, not to eat granola, not to eat whole wheat, not to eat whole grains, not to eat cereals in the morning. No sandwiches, no cookies, no crackers, no pizza dough. You got to knock off eating these things because they will aggravate the eczematous condition if in fact they're not causing it. Now, so that's one thing. We have to stop eating foods that are gumming up the works and aggravating the situation. Second thing you have to do is provide your body, in this case your skin, with the nutrition that it needs in order to fix itself, right? I mean, if your automobile ran out of oil, the engine would seize up. And guess what? Nothing wrong with the engine. It could be a brand new engine, 10 miles on it. If you don't have any oil in the crankcase, the engine's going to seize up. Well, it's exactly the same with your body. Your body has the need for 91 essential nutrients a day. 91. The only problem is you can't get all those 91 nutrients from food. You just can't do it. So it's only a matter of time before your body runs out of the nutrients that it needs, and then something breaks. So you get eczema or high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes. It's really that simple. But then, you know, it's complicated because you go to a knuckle-headed pharmaceutical centrist, a drug doctor, and he'll throw a drug at it, you know, prednisone or some type of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory or a cream. And the best thing that's going to do is just knock down and subdue the symptoms. You're going to get side effects from the medication, then you're going to die. And then your poor relatives are going to pitch in, put all their money together, and set up an eczema awareness hotline at your local TV station. It's crazy what we do. So the only thing you need to do to help your body to support and promote healthy skin, is one Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. One Healthy Start Pack. Now, to get information about the Healthy Start Pack, go to fireyourmdnow.com, or you can give us a call at 855-347-3696. We'll tell you how to order this stuff, and we'll get you the wholesale price too. That's 855-347-3696. The acronym for that is 855-FIRE-MY-MD. That's 855-FIRE-MY-MD, or visit fireyourmdnow.com. You need one Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and until the eczematous condition resolves, we need to give a little bit extra skin support, and that would be a supplement called glucogel, because the glucogel has the sulfur-bearing molecules in it that your skin is craving. And when you take the Healthy Start Pack and the glucogel, you're going to love how you feel. And here's how I would dose the glucogel. It would be one capsule per 10 pounds of body weight per day. So if you're 15 pounds, you need 15 capsules. 150 pounds, you need 15 capsules a day. If you're 200 pounds, you need 20 capsules a day, right? So that's one Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and one glucogel capsule per 10 pounds of body weight per day. And you can calculate that dose out and figure out how many bottles to buy. Do that for 8 weeks, 2 months, plus the diet. And what you should experience in an 8-week time period is a slow and steady resolution of this problem. It'll be like watching ice melt in the springtime. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing, because if your body has run out of the stuff that it needs to keep your skin healthy, so much so that you're getting chronic eczema, for goodness sake, well, guess what? 5 will get you 10. that there are other parts of your body that are suffering as well, because everything's connected. From the holistic perspective, everything's connected. So one of the benefits of a holistic medical program, a holistic health recovery program that's science-based and clinically verified, is everything brightens up. So your mood gets better, your energy gets better, your sex drive gets better, your sleep gets better, and your eczema gets better. How about that? It beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Now, once again, you can get information about how to get these products at the wholesale price by going to fireyourmdnow.com or by just calling us up at 855-347-3696. We are here to help you. Adam, thanks so much for the call. Now, Joyce in Chicago has a question about kidney stones. Joyce, we just have a quick minute left. I'll start the conversation, and then if you can stick with us through the break, I'll take it on the other side. How are you doing, Joyce?
Great, thanks.
Okay, so kidney stones, you have kidney stones?
No, my father does.
Father has kidney stones. How long has he had kidney stones?
Couple years now.
Couple of years now. Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, kidney stones are caused by not enough calcium. Your MD will tell you exactly the opposite, that they're caused by too much calcium. Your MD's a knucklehead. Your MD practices quack medicine, and I'm going to prove it. Stick with us. Coming back on the other side of the break, I'm going to tell Joyce what her father can do to not only help her body get rid of the kidney stone, but to prevent them from happening in the future. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. And I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fire Your MD Now, and we're still talking with Joyce from Chicago, where her father has kidney stones. Now, Joyce, here's what I want to tell you about that. Kidney stones, most of the time, a stone in a kidney is a calcium oxalate crystal. And calcium oxalate crystals are found in the kidney because whoever has that kidney stone, has had a chronic, undiagnosed calcium deficiency. It's a complicated little mechanism that happens with the parathyroid gland. The parathyroid gland secretes a hormone that sucks calcium out of your bones when you have calcium levels that are too low. And it's a massive amount of calcium that hormone sucks out of the bones. And so if you have low calcium on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc., your hormones are going to be in overdrive, and your body is going to be flooded with calcium that's stealing from the bones. What happens is all this calcium goes through the kidney, clogs the kidney up, and then you get a kidney stone, and your knucklehead MD takes a look at the blood work, and guess what? The calcium levels are elevated. Well, that's right. They're elevated, but because you've had a chronic calcium deficiency. So what we do to support and promote healthy kidneys is one Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, plus one extra bottle of our white liquid calcium, which is 97% absorbable. It's called OsteoFX Plus. That's one Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month for your dad, and one extra bottle of OsteoFX Plus per month. And go to fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com. And follow the links, and you can purchase those supplements at the wholesale price. Or give us a call at 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696, and we will hook you up. Thanks for calling, Joyce. Rosie from Missouri is next. She has a question about something related to the sciatic nerve. Is that right, Rosie?
Yes. My tips of my left hand are numb.
Your left hand or your left leg?
My left hand.
Your left hand. Well, that's not your sciatic nerve. Okay.
No, but I've had problems with my sciatic nerve because I'm dragging that left leg.
Okay. And have you been to anyone for a diagnosis?
No.
Has anyone done any type of a workup?
No. Okay. Well, I went to a chiropractor a couple different times, and it's like throwing your money out the window, and so.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a saying in medicine, Rosie, when you hear hoofbeats, you think about horses before you start thinking about zebras. So if you have a nerve condition in your leg and in your arm, or in this case your fingers, then 5 will get you 10. The problem that's causing that is something called degenerative disc disease, degenerative disc, which means the little squishy discs in your spinal cord that separate your backbones. It's like a feather pillow that's lost its feathers, and instead of being big and soft and cushy, they're thin and not so cushy. And so the nerves that come out of your spinal cord and going down your leg or going down your left arm are being pressed on by the bones because there's not enough cushy disc there anymore, right? Another symptom of degenerative disc is you've lost height. You know, you're not as tall as you used to be. You're half an inch or an inch shorter than you used to be. Or you have frequent urination at night in bed. Do either of those fit for you? Do you have frequent urination at night in bed, Rosie?
Incontinence.
I'm sorry?
Incontinence.
Incontinence. Well, there we go. Who's the smartest man in the house? I am. So it's degenerative disc disease. Here's what I would do for 3 months, Rosie. I would do this for 3 months to see if you gain on this. And if you gain on this, you will gain on it in 2 or 3 week increments. You'll be feeling better every 2 to 3 weeks. Every 2 to 3 weeks, it's like watching ice melt in the springtime. So here we go. Per 100 pounds of body weight per month, I want you to do 1 healthy start pack. 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Add to that 1 extra bottle of Osteo, O-S-T like Thomas, E-O, FX Plus per month. And 2 bottles of liquid glucogel. That's G-L-U-C-O-G-E-L. 2 bottles of liquid glucogel, 1 Osteo FX Plus, and 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Do that, Rosie. See how it makes you feel. Give us a call back in a couple of weeks with a report. I'm happy to help you move this along. I think it's a simple, undiagnosed nutrient deficiency. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening in. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about type 2 diabetes and why you should fire your MD now. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. See you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.